So in the training room, you'd usually have like heel and lace pads. You guys can come over in here too. And so that's to help prevent blisters. But we're not using those here just because we're not doing real tape as far as that's concerned. So first of all, making sure that they have their foot up. Like usually I'll just go like this and they'll hold it. But if they don't, then you're like, could you hold your foot up, please? Right? But usually that will remind them. So starting off with the pre-wrap. Remember when we did pre-wrap, we said it's different from the tape because you're actually going to roll it off like this. Okay? And so with the pre-wrap, you're going to start a little bit higher than what you want, especially if it's a guy with hairy legs, because you're wanting to keep the tape off of his hair, right? So you're just going to overlap it and just roll it down. I usually do practice your figure eights. It covers the skin well. You just want to make sure all the skin is covered. There's no necessarily like way you have to do it, but the more you do it, the less you'll have to think about it. So you're just wanting to make sure that everything's covered and that there's no little wrinkles. If there are little wrinkles in it, let's see if I can, there we go. If you get a wrinkle like this, you can just pull it up like that, because a little wrinkle like that will give someone a blister. So you just go like that and then cover it up and you're good to go. Good? Okay? All right. So then you're going to start, you're always going to tape medial to lateral if it's an inversion sprain, which is going to be most of the time. So you're starting off with your anchors. Again, I'm staying off of his hair, so going a little bit below that. And these anchors essentially are, I'm just trying to give something as a foundation so that the tape has something to stick to. You're going to overlap it about halfway. Okay? And in a lot of athletic training books, they're going to tell you to do 3 here and 3 here. I actually like to go all the way down as far as giving a little bit more protection against blisters or tape cuts. So I go all the way down here before I start. So again, you're layering it halfway so that you don't get tape cuts. There's no pressure on their skin there. So this is when you're going to start your figure eight. Okay, your heel lock and figure eight. So you're going to start there, coming around, going behind, getting the other side, just like we did in our practice. Okay, so then the next thing, see I've got a few wrinkles right here, so I'm just going to press those out with my thumb a little bit, and that'll prevent blister there. So then we're going to do our, go ahead and keep your foot up, I know it's probably getting tired. Then we're going to do our stirrups. All right, so I'm going to pull medial to lateral. We're going to give lateral support. And I'm just going to pull, try to keep that off of his hair. I made that a little bit too long. There we go. And you're just pulling that up to give that lateral support. And then you're going to do, it's called a basket weaving, where you do your anchor to keep that from moving. And then you're gonna do it so it's a little bit different angle each time, so you're not putting them one right on top of the other. And just pulling that. Doing your anchor. And then this last one I like to do, it's called a split stirrup. Grace, if you want to come over on this side. You don't have to do a split stirrup on this one. But I basically just split the tape in half because it pulls the tape around the malleolus, which that ankle right there. And I pull it around. You don't have to do that, but I think it gives a little extra support. And then you're going to do one more of your figure eight heel lock, which you did earlier. Did you practice? And then I'm going to close it up. I noticed a pre-wrap roll a little bit there. I'm just going to pull that off. So now you're just layering over the top. Again, I'm working on not catching his hair. You're going to angle it a little bit so they're nice and flat. And then on the bottom of his foot, I'm going to just lay the tape on versus putting a lot of pressure, because a lot of times people can get pain in their arch for a lot of pressure. So I'm going to pull it out. And I'm just going to lay it on to close it up, but I'm not pulling on it. And then same thing on the top. I'm just laying that on there. And then I'm going to kind of check it out. I'm going to feel the back to see if you feel any wrinkles. If you feel wrinkles, you could press it out with your finger, and then you could put a little more tape on it to distribute the pressure, because the last thing you want is for them to have blisters. So you feel that, and then I'm ask him, does that feel okay? He's gonna say, best tape job of my life. No, I'm just kidding. But he might say, oh, it feels a little tight here or a little tight there, and that's when you just kind of make that check to be able to adjust what you need to. So, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so a lot